Hello, and welcome to Bear Academy. I'm your host, Bear. Recently, from a report from Lowy Institute, an independent think tank based in Australia, New Zealand has been ranked the best at responding the COVID-19 outbreak out of 100 countries, which is the top of the world. During the whole process, the NZ COVID Tracer app took a very important part. Recently, I had the pleasure of interviewing the people who work for the product, and I made a podcast to share the whole story behind the app on Bear Academy podcast. In this video, I would like to share a few highlights from that chat. Most of us as designers or as people who work for product project always have the similar scenario. We sometimes forgot what we are doing during the process, and we may ask ourselves, what's the point? Why am I doing this? What's the purpose? And during this interview, Chloe Fong, the lead product manager at Rush, she shared something related to this question while she's doing the product developing, delivering for the NZ COVID Tracer app. Let's hear what she said.
Just felt like having a shared purpose that if one person can be pre-identified before they spread to another person, then that's something that like money can't buy, stress can't buy. That's something that is worth doing. And I feel like if you have a strong purpose, the tolerance for pain suddenly increases by a lot. So for example, like working long hours, or previously I was on the COVID stuff for the UK, like working reverse hours, just knowing that actually the world is in chaos and we're trying our best, and it's been reflected within our internal team, but also within the client's team. We're all kind of in it together, get stuck in, get something out there to the best of your knowledge, give it a go, and ultimately that kind of helps keep you going, like you're doing something. And it's a rare opportunity and a privilege to be able to do that. You can work for like 30, 40, 50 years in an industry and never be able to touch something that can save a life or help prevent someone. So that's sort of my personal way of putting it.
So find your purpose. I think that should be a very important part. Like what I said, during the middle of the process of a project, we sometimes too attached to details and forgot the final purpose, forgot what we are working for, why we are working for. And find your purpose is supposed to be the things you should do at first, and then it can back the whole process during the struggle, during the challenges, and you will find that's the reason we're working for. The other thing I found from this interview is if we already find our purpose, what's the next step? Steven, the chief design officer at Rush, he also shared something related to this question.
Back at the very start, when Pav stood in a room to Pav's our CEO, and he kind of spoke about this as we've got the opportunity to say to our grandmas, so we're making it was a way to make it like very personal, and in 2018 we really took the effort to clarify like what does Rush stand for, and what is our company purpose, and we defined it as we design tech to better serve humankind. So when the pandemic came along, it felt like we we have to play a role here. If that's the thing that we believe to be true, we have to find a way to help in this.
Yeah, so I think this should be a very great way to deliver the purpose for everyone, which is make it personal. And if we're talking about fighting the virus, protect whole humankind, that's something too big. But if we're saying it's our opportunity to save our grandmas, so everyone will have the resonate related to this thing. So make it personal, make it easy to understand from another people's perspective. So I think that's a great way. If you find your purpose first and then make it personal, then during the process, all the struggles, all the challenges are something predictable and something will be easy to overcome. This is what I got from this interview, and I really like these two highlights. And finally, I would like to share a quote from the designer Marina, who worked in the team during the process, and she said something related to what she feel about this project. And Stephen, he quoted this as a wrap up for the interview. So I really like to share with you guys.
I've actually got a nice quote here from one of the designers on the team. So if you like, I can share that.
Yeah, that's really
So the question you phrased was, how did it feel to design a product that can actually save people's lives? And Marina wrote, looking back, made me appreciate just how fortunate I am. I'm fortunate for being able to help in New Zealand and be able to deliver my best and feel confident I did a good job. It is the best feedback I could ask for, and it is incredibly rewarding. It was also incredibly challenging and incredibly stressful. After all, you want to do your absolute best when you know it could deeply impact such a large amount of people. Fortunately, apps aren't designed in isolation. This is pun intended there, but in a team. And she goes on to say, I was fortunate to be working alongside some of the smartest, most driven and experienced people I've ever met. Without them and their support, it would have been impossible. Having them enabled me to deliver my best. It means when I see people using the NZ COVID Tracer app, I feel very proud and humbled by all of that efforts, which I thought sums it up pretty well for everyone on the team, I think.
Yeah, so these are the three highlights I really want to share from this interview. And if you want to hear the whole story, please listen to my podcast, Bear Academy. As the ending for this video, I think I want to say thanks for the people who worked hard to make this app available. But I think we also should thank to the people who's using it, who's shared the feedback to help the team to improve it, and who stay healthy, who stay at home during the lockdowns to save other people. I think this app, it's not a perfect solution for all people's problems. And there's not such a thing exist as a perfect solution. But I think I'm so impressed to see this great example of how technology and design can combine together to improve millions of people's lives. That made me feel positive, even with so many uncertainties around us. Thanks for listening and watching. I hope you like this. If you enjoyed it or want to say something, please leave a comment below or subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you want to hear the whole story, please listen to my podcast, Bear Academy. The interview with Chloe and Stephen. Thanks for watching. I will see you in another video. Bye.